In today's show, breaking news, more institutional adoption as Marathon Patent Group purchases $150 million worth of Bitcoin. That's right, the Nevada-based crypto mining firm invested $150 million in Bitcoin as a reserve asset, which is 4,812 BTC through the New York Digital Investment Group at an average price of $31,000 per Bitcoin. I'll be breaking this down for you in today's show. Also, more breaking news, the endowment funds of Harvard, Yale, Brown, and the University of Michigan have been quietly buying Bitcoin through Coinbase as well as other exchanges. Max Kaiser's response to this: corporations, hedge funds, university endowments who buy Bitcoin are quietly seceding from political control. The trickle becomes a flood, and any ability to fund the government will cease. Mad money printing to replace the capital flight to Bitcoin will accelerate the flight to BTC. And he also tweeted, Bitcoin is a short squeeze on the US dollar. Bitcoin is a speculative attack on the US dollar. Companies, hedge funds, university endowments buying Bitcoin are driving a stake through the heart of the US dollar. This trend will not stop. If all you're holding is USD, you're in trouble. That's right. And he also tweeted, it's ridiculously easy to stage a speculative attack on the US dollar with Bitcoin. The upside is 1000x. It's impossible to mount a defense. All it takes is one central bank or sovereign wealth fund to make a move. With that kind of money on the table, it's guaranteed going to happen. Also in today's show, breaking news. This is some bullish Bitcoin research I have to share with you. They predict a $700,000 Bitcoin price by the end of this year in 2021. The company is Blockware Solutions, and they just released this PDF report entitled 2021 Bitcoin Market Outlook. $40,000 is only the beginning. And in this report, they go on to share the most recent halving event occurred last year in 2020. If history repeats itself, 2021 is set to be a major year for Bitcoin price discovery. The historical average return of 3,382% would see the price of Bitcoin reach nearly $700,000 by the end of 2021. I'll be giving you all the highlights from this exclusive report. Also in today's show, we'll be taking a look at the overall crypto market. Yesterday, everything was pumping and in the green. Today, everything is correcting and in the red. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in trading Bitcoin or Ethereum, be sure to check out the Bybit exchange. They have a special promo going on right now where you can receive up to a $620 free Bitcoin trading bonus deposited directly into your Bitcoin wallet. To take advantage of this, use my referral link below this video in the description, along with the voucher code that you see. You can also check out all the full details, and let's start stacking those sats, shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. We have a lot to discuss, so let's dive right in, shall we? Breaking news, more institutional adoption as Marathon Patent Group purchases $150 million worth of Bitcoin. That's right, the Nevada-based crypto mining firm, Marathon Patent Group, has invested $150 million in Bitcoin as a reserve asset. Marathon announced today that it has purchased more than 4,812 BTC for $150 million through the New York Digital Investment Group at an average price of $31,168 per BTC. Chairman and CEO Merrick Okamoto said the move was a better long-term strategy than holding US dollars. Comparing the Bitcoin purchase to companies like MicroStrategy, the business intelligence firm that made an initial $425 million crypto investment last year and has since bought more coins. Okamoto shared the following: by purchasing $150 million worth of Bitcoin, we have accelerated the process of building Marathon into what we believe will be the de facto investment choice for individuals and institutions who are seeking exposure to this new asset class. The company expanded its operations significantly in 2020 in an apparent effort to become North America's largest Bitcoin miner. Okamoto said that Marathon was expecting to have more than 100,000 miners delivered and fully deployed by the end of the first quarter of 2022. Holy moly, he's quoted sharing. If all miners were operational today, based on the Bitcoin network's current difficulty rate, we would produce approximately 55 to 60 Bitcoins per day, the CEO said. However, by leveraging our cash on hand to invest into Bitcoin now, we have transformed our potential to be a pure play investment into a reality. The crypto mining firm bought the dip as its Bitcoin purchase reportedly came just before the coin rose back to 34,000 after falling below 30,000 last week. That's right, BTFD, buy that freaking dip. All all day. And before I break down our next breaking story of the day, the endowment funds of Harvard, Yale, Brown, and University of Michigan have been quietly buying Bitcoin through Coinbase as well as other exchanges. But let's first take a quick look at the overall crypto market. We can see everything is currently correcting. We have Bitcoin down 7.5%, trading at about $31,600. We have Ethereum down about 9%, trading just above $1,300. Chainlink down 8.6%, trading just below $23. Polkadot down 8%, trading just below $17. So as you can see, everything is currently in the red, the complete polar opposite of yesterday when everything started breaking out and was in the green. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day, shall we? Some of the largest university endowment funds in the United States have been quietly buying crypto for the past year or so through accounts held at Coinbase as well as other exchanges. This is according to two sources familiar with the situation. They say several Ivy League endowments took an interest in blockchain technology via crypto-focused venture capital funds. Back in 2018, they shared the following. There are quite a few, said a source who asked to remain unnamed. A lot of endowments are allocating a little bit of crypto at the moment. Some of the university endowment funds in question may have held accounts with Coinbase for as long as 18 months, according to one source. It could be since mid-2019, the source said. Most have been in at least a year. I would think they would probably discuss it publicly at some point this year. I suspect they would be sitting on some pretty nice chunks of return. That's right, university endowments are pools of capital accumulated by academic institutions, often in the form of charitable donations. These funds, which support teaching and research, can be allocated into various assets for investment purposes. Harvard is the largest university endowment with over $40 billion in assets. Yale has over $30 billion, and Michigan has about $12.5 billion, while Brown holds $4.7 billion. It is unknown how much each fund has allocated into crypto, but it is likely a fraction of percent of their total assets. And regarding this story, Max Kaiser recently tweeted, corporations, hedge funds, university endowments who buy Bitcoin are quietly seceding from political control. The trickle becomes a flood, and any ability to fund the government will cease. Mad money printing to replace the capital flight to Bitcoin will accelerate the flight to BTC. I couldn't agree more. And he also tweeted, Bitcoin is a short squeeze on the US dollar. Bitcoin is a speculative attack on the US dollar. Companies, hedge funds, university endowments buying Bitcoin are driving a stake through the heart of the US dollar. This trend will not stop. If all you're holding is USD, you're in trouble. Touche. I couldn't agree more. Max also tweeted, it's ridiculously easy to stage a speculative attack on the US dollar with Bitcoin. The upside is 1000x. It's impossible to mount a defense. All it takes is one central bank or sovereign wealth fund to make a move. With that kind of money on the table, it's guaranteed going to happen. And he also recently tweeted, Bitcoin is not about money, it's about sending a message. Cypherpunks combined a messaging app with digital gold, built on the principles of decentralization, encryption, open source, privacy, peer-to-peer, and free speech. As Bitcoin's price increases, the power of fiat money dies. That's a fact, because it's not about the money, it's about sending a message. You feel me? And before I break down our next story of the day and share with you some bullish Bitcoin research, which suggests a $700,000 Bitcoin price by the end of 2021, according to Blockware Solutions, in this new report they released entitled 2021 Bitcoin Market Outlook, $40,000 is only the beginning. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at $941 billion with $135 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and current Bitcoin dominance still on the decline at 62.9%, and the current Bitcoin market cap is sitting at $592 billion. Now, for the top gainers within the top 100, we have Matic Network up 14.5%, trading just below 4 cents. Solana up 13%, trading just above $4. Theta up 11%, trading at $2.32, and Neem up 8.7%, trading at 23 cents. Now, checking out the biggest losers within the top 100, we have NXM down 11%, trading at $45. Curve Dow token down 11%, trading just below $2. Algorand down 10%, trading at 56 cents, and IOST down about 10%, trading at 1.5 cents. Now, out of this list of the biggest gainers and losers, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on right now and you have your eyes on and watching inside your Blockfolio? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now, checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 71 in greed. Yesterday was a 74, last week an 80 in extreme greed, and last month a 91 in extreme greed. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, now let's break down this bullish report by Blockware Solutions. And to download this entire PDF report, be sure to check out the show notes below the video in the description. Now for some of the highlights as we scroll through. As Bitcoin price continues to make new highs in 2021, it is imperative to understand that the current bull cycle, March 2020 to present, has been and continues to be disproportionately driven by institutional investment. While retail investors have remained slow to participate, this is a powerful signal that the present Bitcoin bull market is still in its early stages. A key characteristic of early bull markets is heavy institutional accumulation. During the early stages of the bull market, we are presently witnessing this unfold in Bitcoin throughout the data below. As they break down right here, we have record demand for mining rigs. We have Google searches for Bitcoin are half the level that we're seeing at the end of 2017. The retail frenzy has not yet begun. Number 3, Bitcoin exchange activity. We have institutional trading volume continuing to outpace retail exchange volumes. We have a percentage of Bitcoin held on exchanges steadily declining from 2020 to present, and the number of whale wallets is at an all-time high and growing fast. That's a wallet with over 1,000 Bitcoin inside. Number 4, Bitcoin's growing crypto market dominance versus altcoins. It's important to point out that institutions do not buy alts. That's right, they're just buying the king of all crypto. Number 5, central bank monetary policy continues driving Wall Street as well as large corporations to Bitcoin as an alternative store of value and inflation hedge. And number 6, comparing the current Bitcoin market to previous cycles from 2017 versus 2021, we have historical performance in the year following a halving event. We have active address data signaling a lack of retail participation and lack of significant price correction since March of 2020 lows suggest this Bitcoin bull market is still in the early stages. Now, if you're not familiar with this company, Blockware Solutions, it's one of the largest brokers of ASIC mining rigs in North America, assisting clients with the acquisition and sale of mining rigs directly from manufacturers and through trusted peer-to-peer channels. And they point out right here, we have record demand for ASICs, institutional miners absorbing the supply of the mining rigs, which is definitely a massively bullish indicator. And this report also points out that the Bitcoin price versus network hash rate is advancing similarly to early 2017. Network hash rate is a lagging indicator for Bitcoin price. As Max Kaiser likes to point out, the Bitcoin price follows the hash rate. However, examining how price is developing in relation to network hash rate can provide useful insight into what stage of the Bitcoin market cycle we're presently in. During the early stages of the previous Bitcoin bull market, network hash rate advanced steadily from 2015 to 2017, outpacing the rate of the Bitcoin price appreciation until Bitcoin entered price discovery mode. After Bitcoin began making all-time highs, the price rallied much faster than the hash rate. As you can see right here on your screen, it shows the Bitcoin price in USD versus the hash rate in this historical chart. Now, the current Bitcoin price versus hash rate chart, which you can see right here below, looks strikingly similar to the price versus hash rate chart from January 2017, which you can see above right here. So the price has once again caught up to the steadily advancing network hash rate just as Bitcoin enters price discovery mode. All right, and before I finish breaking this down and giving you the highlights from this report, first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 670 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also, some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. You can also find me on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes. You can also follow me on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is Crypto News. Yes, and for those of you active on Facebook, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy. To join it, click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat, which is uncensored. To join this, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's continue breaking down the highlights from this exclusive report predicting a $700,000 Bitcoin price by the end of this year. As you can see, the Google searches for Bitcoin are only half the levels witnessed during the 2017 mania. This underscores that the current Bitcoin bull market is still in the early stages, as the retail frenzy has not yet even begun. As you can see right here on your screen, these searches are still at a low in comparison to back in 2017. 2017. Now, also note that institutional trading volume continues to grow, steadily outpacing the retail exchange volumes. And as you can see, the CME futures volume is dwarfing the retail volume from major exchanges, Coinbase, and so on. And also in December, the CME published a report entitled Bitcoin Futures Turn 3, the recap, to examine the first 3 years of CME Bitcoin futures trading. The data depicted steadily rising demand for Bitcoin. As you can see on your screen right here, this shows the CME Bitcoin futures average daily volume and average daily open interest. And we also have the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which is experiencing a disproportionate demand from institutions. At the end of 2020, institutional investors accounted for 93% of the Grayscale client profiles. This report also points out that Bitcoin's growing market dominance versus alts shows institutional investors do not buy altcoins, which is good to point out. It also goes on to share that the number of whale wallets continues to increase, which we all know, and that the percentage of Bitcoin held on exchanges is steadily declining and moving to cold storage. It's also important to point out, as I shared in yesterday's episode, a Bitcoin supply crisis is looming, as Max Kaiser pointed out. Also, monetary policy driving Wall Street to Bitcoin as an alternative store of value creates this massive demand. And also, we have companies like MicroStrategy, Citibank, Morgan Stanley, Guggenheim, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Stanley Druckenmiller, Paul Tudor Jones, Mass Mutual, Square's Cash App, as well as PayPal, all massively bullish on the king of all crypto. Now check this out, halving supply shock, current similarities to historical price action. The average return in Bitcoin the year a halving event occurs is 206%. The average return for the year following a halving event, like here in 2021, is 3,382%. The most recent halving event occurred last year in 2020. If history repeats itself, 2021 is set to be a major year for Bitcoin price discovery. The historical average return of 3,382% would see the price of Bitcoin reach nearly $700,000 per Bitcoin by the end of 2021. That's right, if you're bullish on the king of all crypto and you feel that it's a possibility for Bitcoin to hit $700,000 as outlined right here in this report, let me know in the comments right down below. Now I'm going to fast forward to the conclusion so you can read this all for yourself by checking out the show notes below the video in the description. But it concludes, in 2020, Bitcoin emerged as its own asset class on Wall Street. Even though it has rallied over 700% from March 2020 lows, there is significant evidence that signals this Bitcoin bull market is still in its early stages. Retail participation has been minimal, while institutional adoption is accelerating as the macroeconomic environment continues to brew a perfect storm for Bitcoin. Reckless central bank monetary policy continues to drive Wall Street to the digital gold narrative. Each day, more institutions are publicly gaining exposure to Bitcoin, but in our opinion, the true frenzy has not yet begun. Present data from the Bitcoin mining market, exchanges, and wallets all suggest that this bull cycle is still in its infancy. This is further supported by historical Bitcoin price and hash rate trends in years following a halving event. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin in existence. Presently, there are about 46 million millionaires in the world. If each millionaire wanted one Bitcoin, it would not be possible. As Satoshi Nakamoto said, it might just make sense to get some in case it catches on. If enough people think the same way, that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Touche, and shout out to Satoshi Nakamoto. Now for a quick recap of what I covered with you right here in today's show. Breaking news, more institutional adoption as Marathon Patent Group purchases 150 million worth of Bitcoin. That's right, the Nevada-based crypto mining firm purchased 150 million in Bitcoin as a reserve asset. Also, I shared more breaking news. The endowment funds of Harvard, Yale, Brown, and the University of Michigan have been quietly buying Bitcoin through Coinbase as well as other exchanges. As Max Kaiser points out right here, corporations, hedge funds, university endowments who buy Bitcoin are quietly seceding from political control. The trickle becomes a flood, and any ability to fund the government will cease. Mad money printing to replace the capital flight to Bitcoin will accelerate the flight to BTC. That's right. And I also shared all the latest tweets from Max Kaiser. Also in today's show, I shared this bullish Bitcoin research, which suggests a $700,000 Bitcoin price by the end of 2021, according to Blockware Solutions. Again, you can download this entire report entitled 2021 Bitcoin Market Outlook. $40,000 is only the beginning by checking the show notes below the video in the description. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And real quick, before I go, if interested in trading Bitcoin or Ethereum, be sure to check out the Bybit exchange. They have a promo going on right now where you can receive up to a $620 free Bitcoin trading bonus deposited directly into your Bitcoin wallet. To take advantage of this, use my referral link in the description right down below along with my voucher code. And let's start stacking those sats. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.